Hello, my name is Aurangzeb Khan and I work in Bradford. This mini course focuses on the value of community development in faith-based social action. I've been involved on a longer course of community development and faith-based social action which was run by the Open College Network. You can find details of the course on the worksheets and the resource sheets which you'll find downloadable on the website. What is community development? Community development is a way of working that focuses on empowering others to bring about positive change in their communities. It is about building active and sustainable local communities that practice mutual respect and work towards social justice in many ways. This means it is inclusive and it will always seek to draw out the best in people and help them to work together for a common good. Sounds a fantastic idea, but you only have to think for a moment to realise how hard this can be in practice. It requires others to collaborate and to recognise that others may be better skilled or have better resources to work with. It means we have to be clear about our own abilities, resources and more importantly, the values that lie behind what we do and in the way we do it. What is faith-based social action? Faith-based social action happens when people of faith work together, often with others outside their faith community, in order to achieve real and positive change. And this often happens within their local community or wider society. It happens when spiritual principles are included in the transformation of communities and central to the improvement of people's lives. We're going to pause the video now and you can work on the worksheet which you'll find downloadable from the website. Why does community development work in faith-based social action? The Community Development Foundation identify these values of community development. Social justice, this is helping people to be involved in decision making, to act responsibly for the good of the community and to be able to claim their human rights. Participation, making sure all people who want to be involved with the project can be and can have their contribution valued and respected. Equality, challenging attitudes and behaviours that discriminate against people for whatever reasons and helping them to come to terms with their own prejudices. Learning, recognising the skills and abilities we all have, helping people to use those effectively and identifying training needs. Helping people to identify their own learning and to use the learning to inform policymakers to bring about change. Cooperation, working together to identify what needs to be done, what we can celebrate, and how we can bring about positive change, respecting the diversity that is a part of all our daily lives. These are important to every faith tradition. Whatever your tradition, you'll probably be able to find these values evident in the way you behave together, the way you worship, supported in your holy texts, and in the way you run your community project. Use the worksheet to identify these values in the life of your community project. It is very important that you talk about these together because you will identify different examples and you might not always agree with everybody else. That is part of using community development. Now we're going to pause the video for a short while and we're going to work on our second worksheet. How do you use community development in our project? Any faith-based social action project will have a number of strands. For example, you'll have some kind of management group, you may have staff, you probably have volunteers. You may have a number of different aspects to your project, like working with young people, providing IT training, hosting other community groups. You are likely to have partners and funders. This is not a complete list, and by no means will you have everything on your list. You'll probably be thinking now about all the groups you interact with. Using the final worksheet, identify the groups you work with. You can divide up so different people do different groups. the organisation, staff, management, group and volunteers, partners and funders, different services you provide. Then identify how you currently use community development in each setting. From the learning you now have, how could you develop the use of community development so that it becomes your natural way of working? This will help you to have a distinctive faith-based approach to everything you do. By using community development, you'll find that your funders, partners and people who use your project have a much clearer understanding about what you do. We hope you found this mini course on community development and faith-based social action useful. Pause the video to work on the third and final worksheet and complete the session. Don't forget the resource sheet is available if you would like to extend your learning or find more support. Thank you for watching and good luck.